let's get started. If you've got any questions or if you want to share anything or any comments. Malcolm, yay.
Dawned on me, Terry, I don't know what you think about this.
Yeah.
Are thoughts the most unreal thing there is? And the reason I say that, if I look at this, it doesn't disappear. Anything. But as soon as I look at thoughts,
Yep.
what the hell's going on? They just disintegrate.
Yeah. 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 Like the thoughts are in a constant state of flux. They're just moving. You know, I was saying just a little while ago, one morning we can wake up and for whatever reason, we feel okay. We get on with our day and we have a reasonable day and everything's okay. We come home and put our head down on the pillow and had a good day today. It's been a good day. We go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and as soon as we wake up, we feel shit. What's happened? What's happened?
Have you been over here at my place for the last few days?
Michelle. Sarah, hiding in the background there. Yeah, or, you know, one day I'll feel good about myself. The next day I won't feel good about myself. One day I'll feel good about the world. The next day I won't feel good about the world. Which one am I? Which one am I? Yeah. Yeah, it's fascinating when you actually start to look at that, Malcolm. Yeah.
Terry, even incense smoke has more substantial than thought, because
Yep. Smoke and mirrors is more substantial.
Yeah.
You know, and that's often what we say is kind of going on, you know, but smoke and mirrors is more substantial. Yeah.
Thrilling, Terry, when you start to see it. It's like, my God, what on earth has been going on?
Yeah.
And still going, you know, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah. It gets really good when you reach a point where you don't care what's going on. You just don't care what's going on.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. It's not personal. It's got nothing to do with you. And the you, I mean, the you that's sitting there right now, that's conscious, aware, here, being, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. This is where life happens, and this is where it gets experienced, here. You know, and we go in here and we live in here. Oh my God. You know, you see, we can, again, I was saying this just 45 minutes ago, you can see it when it comes to somebody else. Really, really clearly. You see a person, they'll be sitting there and they'll have their head down and, you know, they might even be rocking, you know, whatever it is, but you can see very, very clearly that something is going on in the mind of that person, because nothing's going on around them. It's just a body sitting in a chair. Yeah. Nothing's going on.
I was going to say, when you, funny enough, about you saying wake up in the morning. I woke up this morning, first time for ages, feeling good, and I'm still feeling okay. And that's just such a massive relief. And I'm pretty sure part of that is because I just got out of bed pretty much straight away. And I didn't give thoughts a chance. You know, sometimes you have a lie in and I just think, oh, I'm just really enjoying this. I won't ruminate. I won't have any bad thoughts. But even so, they just sneak in, you know, and then the rest of the day is a bit crappy, really, because I've started off wrongly. Whereas today it's, you know, there wasn't time for thoughts to really set, you know, difficult thoughts to really set in. And so long may it continue.
Look, the mind is just telling a big story.
Yeah.
What you need to catch is, who's it telling the story to? Who is being affected by the story? If you look really, really closely, or look long enough and hard enough, you will see an answer to that. You'll see it. Who the mind is talking to and who's being affected. You'll see it. You can't not. That's what needs to be caught, Lindy.
I think it's, well, it's talking to itself.
Who's being affected by it?
The imagined me, the
Just
false
the
self.
mind. The imagined me is the mind. Yeah.
And I mean, it, you know, I very regularly catch myself, well, beating myself up for the want of better words. You know, I can just hear all these critical things that have been said in the past you know, they've undermined me. And it's just like a record that, you know, it's almost like getting a certain record out, putting that record on for the day, and it just goes on, just round in circles, beating up my own mind.
Lindy.
Can I just point something out there?
Yeah.
It's not your mind, Lindy.
Well, the mind, the thoughts.
Yeah, but did you hear what you said?
My thoughts, expect.
My mind.
My mind.
Oh.
What's taken possession of the mind? Who? What is that? Who is this I that is saying my mind?
Another thought, me. But I think the thing is that you know, we've been talking recently about the gap.
Yeah.
In the space, and just every now and again I just catch that. And it's fab. But then the veil just comes and then it's there, I'd say probably over 99% of the time. Just very, very difficult for me to see, for the space or the gap to be seen.
Yeah.
You know when you do that thing about you know, you do this.
Yeah.
That is very much how it feels to me most of the time, even though part of me knows that that's not really true.
Yeah.
But it's such a habit.
When me is being experienced in mind, there's no consciousness. Or rather, consciousness is not being experienced. Yeah. You start to experience consciousness when you start to come to see what you're not. Why? Because it's consciousness that starts to come to see it, not Lindy.
I've been there, so I know that that is true.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And just keep on trucking, I guess.
well, it just means there's more to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That there's more coming to see what you are not. You've got to question it. Yeah. Whatever it is that may be going on in the mind throughout the course of the day. Yeah. Question it. Is this fact? Is it an assumption? Is it a belief? Is it a concept? Yeah.
That is happening more and more now.
Good. Good. That's the way.
Thank you.
That's the way. Keep coming to see what you're not. Yeah. And if you can be aware of mind and everything that's going on in it, can't be you, because you're aware of it.
You make it sound so simple, Terry.
Well, it is. It actually is. This is so
I
simple.
know.
It gets missed.
Ah!
It gets missed. Yeah. But look, the mind is really, really tricky. Yeah. What it will do, even when there's the experience of being conscious of the mind, yeah, the mind will say, oh, it's me that's conscious of the mind. And it's not. It's tricky, man. Like it's check in with that. Yeah. Like honestly, if there's this belief. Yeah,
Can you say that again, Terry? Just go back a sentence. Say that sentence again.
I don't know. I'll try. I'll try. So all there is consciousness of the mind. Yeah. That's the actual direct experience. Conscious of the mind. But the mind's so bloody tricky that what it will do, it will say, oh, it's me that's conscious of the mind. Me is the mind that consciousness is aware of. And you need to see if that's, and that's easy. All you got to do is be honest with yourself, yeah, and ask yourself, yeah, does it feel like it's me that's conscious of the mind? If I'm to be really honest, yeah? And if the answer is yes, then okay, then you've got to go looking for that me again. That's all. Just go looking for it. Where is it? What is it? Does it have a location, a size, a place? What is it? Yeah. And I give you guys tips all the time. If I created amnesia in you and all your history's gone, completely gone, no recollection whatsoever, you don't even know your name. When you looked in the mirror, you didn't recognize the face. Yeah? Do you understand? Yeah. Where does your me go then? Where's Lindy go then? Where's Lindy? Would there be a Lindy there?
No, absolutely not.
Good. Then what's Lindy?
Just thoughts, memories.
Yeah. Yeah. The mind creates one. Then the mind believes it. And then the mind says, Lindy is seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling. Lindy is thinking. Lindy is moving her arm. Is the arm moving? Yeah. It's just not Lindy moving it.
Rather amusingly, amusingly or irritatingly, I see this quite often in my very elderly mum, who tells herself stories, imagination about people.
Yeah.
And then absolutely believes it and then tells me the big story. She's You know, it's a good reminder for me.
Just a classic example of mind believing its own bullshit, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have to try and remember to laugh rather than get cross.
Well, when you spot what's going on, that's a celebration.
Mm, mm.
Now, when it's believed that it's a me that spotted what's going on, the me will be critical. Oh, you idiot. What, like, oh, like it'll spot what's actually happening and then it'll berate itself for not having caught it sooner.
Absolutely.
And then as soon as that happens, me's back again and the whole experience is gone. Yeah. So when it's actually spotted, it's like, even if it's for a moment, allow yourself to have because it's seen. Yeah.
Terry,
Yes, who said that?
it's Kelly. I've got a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how you said to me before that like the say my hand will move
Yep.
like this, and the mind will tell me that I have told the hand to move, but a split, and there's scientific research around this, that that it's been proven that it happens
Before the
movement just before the thought happens, but it's so minute
Yeah.
that okay. So is that the same as, say, for instance, I walked out of your house today and I decided to make a phone call. I think I decided to make a phone call to my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So that, because I have the thought, call so-and-so.
Yeah.
But so then I think that how do I explain this? Because I feel like I'm kind of like tapping into something here, and I don't know how to explain it. But something sort of shifted. So let me just, sorry, bear with me here. I'm struggling to explain this. So I have the thought, call blah, blah. So I call her. But then I'm thinking that maybe, or I'm not even thinking it, like it's already happened. Like the desire to move to call my friend has oh fuck, it's not the thought that's telling me to call, but the me will tell me that I have made the decision to call my friend, so therefore I'm calling my friend because of the thought that I had to call her. Does that make, I'm not really, am I making sense?
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
But it's already the being moved to call her is actually just happening.
Yep.
Right. It's not 30 seconds ago when I had the thought.
Yep.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Because if 30 seconds go by, I might change my mind and that will just happen. Can you explain what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I can, but what's also happening there, because everything is just happening. Yeah. And what's also happening there is the thought that arises, I'm going to call blah, blah, blah. You didn't have that thought, Kelly. That thought just arose.
I didn't have the thought.
Of course you didn't.
It just happened.
Yep.
But it looks like, because the thought happens so close to the action, it makes the me think that the me is having the thought, and then is that right?
Yeah, it's very quick. It's extremely quick how this whole thing unfolds. Extraordinarily fast, yeah. But
Even the words that are coming out of my mouth right now, like I'm not choosing them.
correct. That's also just happening. Clearly.
what about when I have a thought, I'm going to say this next, and then I say it?
Yeah. And who was responsible for that first thought? I'm going to say this. That just happened too.
Mm. I just feel like there's something in this for me right now, or for there's something I need to investigate this, because it's because I'm getting caught in the me.
The doer.
So Terry, you're saying that whatever happens was going to happen anyway?
Well,
The thought comes afterwards, and then, but it's not my thought anyway. So it's like a two-stage.
everything, and I mean everything, is spontaneously happening now, whatever it is. This is not hard to check, guys. Kel, choose not to think. Come on.
I can't.
Right. So it's just happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
So were you responsible for the thought, oh, I'm going to ring my girlfriend?
No.
No, it just happened. Yeah,
But sometimes I have the thought and I don't do it.
that's right. And that just happened. Honestly, the real test is, can I just choose to not think at all? Can I do that? Because free will, the notion of free will, yeah, is all born out of I control my thoughts. I control my body. I am the thinker. Me is the thinker. I am responsible for my thoughts. Yeah. And the thoughts create a world for each so-called individual person. Your world is your world, Kelly, all based on thoughts. Yeah. Lindy's world is Lindy's world, all based on thoughts.
So what if I don't like the thoughts?
You got to find out who doesn't like the thoughts.
The thoughts don't like the thoughts.
Yeah. Because isn't it a thought that responds to the thoughts that
Yeah,
you don't like?
Because like right in this very moment, I'm just sitting here and I've been in this particular spot, I don't know how many times before, like right where I'm sitting in the room. And sometimes I come in here and I'm really happy and I love my house and I love my bed and it's warm. And then other times, not so much.
Yeah.
But it's still the same room. Nothing's changed.
Exactly. So what has changed?
The thoughts about it.
That's all. Those very thoughts that you're not responsible for. They just happen. Stop taking them personally. They've got nothing to do with you.
But if there's no free will, how can I stop taking them personally?
You can't until you do.
Oh.
You can't until you do.
So, wow. Oh, fuck. Well, that kind of just makes it feel like whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Who cares? You can't stop the money. Yeah. It's in the pure recognition of that you actually are that stops them. I'm talking about, when I say stops them, I'm talking about all the personalized thoughts, all the thoughts that rattle on in one's consciousness in relation to me. All those thoughts. What is it? What is it? You guys have heard me say this before. What is it that fuels those thoughts?
Attention.
Hello? What do you think happens to the thoughts when attention, and this gets very, very difficult to actually speak, but I'll have a crack, yeah. What do you think happens to those thoughts when attention is just completely and wholly and solely focused on attention? The thoughts disappear.
How does it?
By coming back to who and what you actually are. But the only way that can occur is in the absolute recognition of what you're not. Can't be any simpler than that. Yeah. Mind is making up a big story about Callie. And the only thing that's believing it is mind. And all the suffering that's going on in relation to the Callie story is going on in the mind. But even the suffering is imagined. The mind can't experience suffering. The mind can't experience anything. Just like when you're asleep and you're dreaming, yeah? And your dream character in the dream is convinced it's experiencing fear or the best orgasm it's ever had in its life, whatever, right? Nothing's being experienced in the dream. Nothing. But the dream character in the dream believes it's experiencing fear.
Can you relate it to, it's like a waking dream? Because that's what I've gone through today. I've had this intense dream drama going on.
It is a waking dream, yes.
Yeah, so I found what became clearer is it was like this dream character, me, was really annoyed about something I did today. And it was, yeah, having quite a party about it. But then it became clearer that it's like a dream character, really, quite the same.
It totally is.
So, yeah, that's, you know, that, and the dream character stayed alive. It didn't just disappear just like that, but it was seen for what it was, which.
So what's the difference between the sleeping dream and the waking dream? There is a difference. What is it?
Can I just, Terry, this is a really interesting question that you've asked. When I'm dreaming, sleep dreaming, I'm not thinking there's a me here, but when I'm awake, I'm thinking there's a me here.
No, you're experiencing there's a me here. Your mind is telling you you're experiencing there's a me here.
But isn't it just thoughts telling thoughts there's a me here?
Yeah, but until it's seen, the mind is going to be saying, I'm experiencing there's a me here.
Terry?
Still not what I'm after, but yep.
Is it that when we wake up from a dream, we know it's a dream, but in a night dream, but in a daydream, we don't realise that.
Isn't it?
Is that what you're getting at?
Not yet, no.
Oh, I thought that was a good answer, Donna.
Something.
You're
Can
right.
you just tell
You're
us?
right, but that's not what I'm after, yeah.
Can you
You're
just
trying to
tell
get
us, Terry?
Yeah, I will.
Trying to get us to look for ourselves, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Mm.
No difference?
I like Donna's answer.
Yeah. There's a glaring difference.
One you lying in bed.
What does he say?
Oh, you're breaking up, Ads.
Yeah,
You
I
got a
can't say. What did he say?
bad connection.
I said one of him. One you lying in bed.
No, that's not the. That's not what I'm after, but yeah, all right.
No.
I know.
Wrong class. Give everyone a turn. Malcolm.
I know.
There's something absent in the sleeping dream that's not absent in the waking dream.
Senses.
For me,
Love.
Awareness,
No, you're aware of it.
consciousness.
Consciousness.
Well done.
Of course, when you're asleep, you're unconscious. Huh.
In the sleeping dream, consciousness is not at all experienced. All that's happening, the only thing that's happening is the content of the dream. There's no awareness of it whatsoever. You're not conscious of it whatsoever.
So isn't that the senses? The senses aren't. Isn't that?
It's just conscious, honey. Even in the dream, we think we're experiencing the senses. The sleeping dream, we think we're experiencing the senses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be crass, but even great sex in a dream, it's got to be experienced with senses, doesn't it? Imagine if there was no feel, there was no, yeah. But that is occurring in the dream isn't actually being experienced with the senses.
Because it's in the head, isn't it?
So how do we? All right, that's cool.
It's imagined.
But how? All right. So I have had dreams where I've woken up thinking I've just had the best sex, and it's felt like I've had sex.
And have you?
No.
Right.
But I did in the dream.
Yeah, but did you actually experience sex? You're awake now, right?
Yeah.
Did you experience it? You're sitting here. Did you experience
There was no one here to have sex with me. No.
Right. You didn't experience it. The whole experience was imagined. That's why it's so easy for the mind to create a person and a seeming experience. We think the me thinks it's having an experience.
So is that the same as, is that exactly the same as the experience that the me thinks that it's having in my head? It's the same as the dream.
Correct.
Wow.
Your me in your head is telling you, I'm suffering.
But it's as though I'm having sex in a dream. It's as real as having sex in a dream.
Yeah. The me in your head can't experience anything. Zip. Nada.
So
that's why I say when all the lights come on, you realize, you look back on your history and you realize nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened.
So when I'm talking to you about whatever I'm currently talking to you about that's going on for me, which I don't need to go into that in this forum, but that is basically exactly the same as me having sex in a dream.
Yep. Yep. And you, the dreamed character that's having sex in the dream, is really enjoying it.
I'm not enjoying. Yeah,
Yeah,
in
I
the
know.
dream, I'm enjoying. Yes, of course.
I
But
know.
when I'm talking to you about
I
the stuff
know.
that I was talking to you about today,
I know, but
I'm not enjoying that.
both are false.
Far out, man.
Both are false. But there's a
That's
huge
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I'm just going to be thinking from now on when that stuff comes up, oh, I'm just having sex in the dream.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Sex in the dream.
Yeah.
It's
But
ridiculous.
that difference between the sleeping dream and the waking dream, if that difference wasn't there, there'd be no chance of waking up from the waking dream. If that consciousness wasn't there and directly accessible, no one here can say I'm not conscious. You're experiencing it right here, right now. Can the dream character in your dream when you're asleep, could you convince that dream character that it's experiencing this consciousness here now? Wouldn't have a fucking clue what you're talking about. It can't experience this.
Thank you so much. I think I've
That
just,
shut us all up.
I think I've just
Good,
shifted out of all that.
good, good.
Thank you.
Good. Didn't take long.
No, just 2 days of like hammering me.
Can you see that, Malcolm, what I'm trying to say there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Your direct actual experience is conscious, aware, being here, presence. That's the direct experience. Doesn't need to be a story going on to be experiencing this. And it's only this that can recognize the dream. Malcolm, yeah.
I'm not sure whether this makes sense, Terry. Whether I can formulate it. But when this, you might shoot me down here. When this is looked for, nothing is found anywhere. That's what so when I've been aware of a thought or an image in the head, if I look for what was aware of it, there's nothing there, Terry.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's a taste of something coming through and I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Malcolm, your direct and absolute experience of awareness, of consciousness, yeah, is non-dualistic. That's why there's no commentary on what it is. And then if you try and commentate on what it is, good luck trying to describe that. Like, really, good luck. How the hell do you describe consciousness itself? Plenty of people will say, oh, you know, consciousness is kind of there and it's aware of. I'm not interested in what it's aware of. I'm interested in consciousness itself. Try and put that into words. Try.
it's only a sort of, Terry, but there's a sort of, I don't know, there's a sort of an agreement, a sort of a, and it all falls quiet, silent.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just, Malcolm, and you just sit there.
And there's a,
Yeah. Yes. All I could say to that is yes. It's alive. We're so busy experiencing our me's that none of us are experiencing our consciousness. And it's consciousness that is aware of the me. Yeah. And that's been happening all our life. That's why this can, you know, kind of throw you around for a moment to try and work out what's actually really going on here. Because we've been in a state either being conscious of, or worse than that, just living in the dream completely and not aware of consciousness at all. Just like what gets experienced in the dream when you're asleep. There's no experience of consciousness in the sleeping dream. Unless you start to stir in the dream, and I've experienced this and I've heard other people experience it, unless consciousness starts to stir in the dream, and you kind of know you're in a dream and you're having a dream. Consciousness starts to stir in it. Hang on, this is a dream. I don't know if anyone else has experienced that. I have. Before the lights came on, I've experienced that. Yeah. What's occurring? Consciousness starts to stir in the dream. And then it's consciousness, it's only consciousness that can be aware, oh, it's a dream. Yeah. We've been fixated on the mind our whole life. And we believe that our world is contained in the mind. You know? And some people are quite happy living in there. Some people have got a good dream going on. Yeah. And those people that have got a really good dream going on, this is the last thing they're going to look at, non-duality. Why? Why? Why would they? What's the motive? Everything's pretty hunky-dory. And some people do live a life with a relatively good dream. Most don't, but some people do. Anything goes. Yeah. The huge difference between the what you experience in the sleeping dream compared to what you experience in the waking dream is, at least here, you can be conscious of the waking dream. You can at least start to become conscious of the mind, conscious of the storying that's going on in there, conscious of, the me's being created in mind, conscious of that. If that direct experience of consciousness wasn't being experienced, no one would wake up. Not that there's even a thing called waking up. It's just seeing the truth of what's actually occurring. And we stop taking ourselves to be the content of mind, and we start to realize what we actually are. Where does life happen? Now. Where do all experiences happen? Now. Wonderful 5 senses and 6 senses, wonderful too, when it stops creating a personal me. And it stops creating the personal me when you wake up to who and what you actually are and where you are. Here. Isn't that right, Kath?
Yes.
Kath Jones.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Debbie.
Here. Yeah. Makes me laugh when I hear people saying, I'm really, really being much more conscious of living in the now. I'm really working on being here in the now. That's hilarious. And I don't mean to put people down that are having those thoughts. I don't, you know, but try not being in the now. I'm trying to be in there. Try not being in the now.
It implies a me that's trying to be in the now, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
So it's
of course.
still not seeing.
Yeah, it totally is. Yeah. There is only now.
Mm.
What do you mean? I'm going to try and be in the now? Jesus. Yeah. But it's just a demonstration of how ludicrous the mind is. And what it's now going to do is it's going to try and start being in the now. Oh. It weaves a magnificent, beautiful, and it is. I know the dream character in the dream doesn't think that this is so fucking crash hot. Yeah. But when you pop out and then you see the way it works and what it does, it's magnificent. It's magnificent. No wonder everyone's sucked in. Seriously. It's incredible. You know, what's doing the seeking? The mind. What's the mind trying to find? The now. Can the mind experience the now? No. Will the mind ever find the now? No. How long have I been spiritually searching for the now? Oh, I don't know, 30 years. What, you still haven't found it? There might be something in that. What do you reckon? Shit. Yeah, me too. Like I get it. I'm laughing at myself. Jesus. I'm always laughing at myself, by the way. All right, where do we go now? Michelle, I see you sitting there.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, good.
You right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've just been like fully hijacked by my me the last 2 days, and yeah, it's so painful.
Yeah. So is the pain that the dream character in the dream when you're asleep experiences when it's having its arm chewed off by a lion.
Yeah.
But none of it's actually happening.
Yeah, yeah. God, it feels so real though. I've just got like this headache that just won't go, and I can hear myself saying, I wish this headache would go. Oh my God, I hate this headache. And then I'm like, oh, look at those thoughts saying get rid of the headache. Stop telling yourself to get rid of the headache. It's not work. It's just like a clusterfuck.
Yeah, well, that's all of what you just said then. All of what you just said then is all mine.
I know. I can't fucking stop it though. I don't know what to do.
No, you can't stop it. You don't have to stop it. You just know you're not that.
Oh, when's it gonna it'll just, I guess, spontaneously shift when it does. Like doing something doesn't shift it, doing nothing doesn't shift it.
Yeah, but doing nothing is still doing.
Oh, see, I can't, I'm trapped then. I can't do I can't.
That's right. And that's the truth.
Yeah.
Stop trying. Stop it. Stop it.
Even that feels like doing something. Stop trying.
No. Just leave it alone. There's nothing you can do. Leave it be.
What, my headache, or just generally myself?
Everything.
Everything. My
Leave
whole
it be.
being.
Leave it be. If you leave it be, it will move.
Sure.
You've got so much attention focused on it.
I have.
That's what's fueling it. It really.
Yeah.
That's what's fueling it. How about coming back to here? Instead of the attention being focused out or onto the mind, out is also onto the mind. Yeah. So the attention going there, come back home. Come here. Come here. Shift the attention. I know it feels shitty in there, but I'm smiling because I know it's not real. It's okay, you know. But I know it seems to feel shitty in there.
Yeah.
I do know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be like me. I don't have the capacity, but if I had the capacity to step into one of your sleeping dreams, yeah. And I don't know, you're going through all sorts of drama in the sleeping dream. Yeah.
I'm usually getting attacked by dogs.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And somehow I have the capacity to step into your dream, and I'm saying to it, look, I know this feels like shit. Yeah, none of it's real. It's not actually happening. And soon enough, you'll wake up from this. And you too will realize it's all been a dream. I can't do that.
No.
I cannot step into your dream. And I'm never interested in talking to the dream character anyway. I don't talk to the dream character.
No.
Whether it be the sleeping dream character or the waking dream character, I'm never communicating with that. I know it might sound like I am, but I'm not. Same as when you're asleep and you're having a nightmare. I go over and I'm gently whispering in your ear. Yeah. I'm not asking the dream character in the dream to wake up, am I? No, I'm asking you to wake up. We're trying to get you to wake up. Doesn't matter about the dream character. It is smoke and mirrors. It is just, it's all imagined by mind in mind. All of it. In the absence of all your thoughts. Because that's where it's happening in mind, yeah? In the absence of all your thoughts. Every single one of them. What problem would you have?
I mean, none. I mean,
right.
Like right now, there's no problem.
Right.
But it just feels like there is.
Yeah. So you need to go looking for what is it that's being affected by this, and what is this that's affecting me anyway? What is it?
Just thoughts, just a bunch of
It's the
thoughts.
mind, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to actually see and discover what's being impacted by that. What is it that's being impacted by the thoughts? Do you want me to tell you? A dreamed character. Nothing is really happening. Everything that you think is happening right now, notice I said think. Everything that you think is happening right now isn't. It's not happening. I'll tell you what is happening. Yeah. Michelle's sitting on the couch looking at Terry at a computer screen, and Michelle is also aware that there are other faces on the screen, and your ass is sitting on the chair, and you can feel the sensation of your bum on the chair. This is what's happening. Now, where are you in relation to this that's actually happening? Where are you?
My true self, like who I really am.
The one that feels like it's suffering.
The one who feels like it's suffering in relation to, yeah, here is off to the side, really.
It's imagined.
Yeah.
It's completely imagined, Michelle.
Yeah.
Here is where you are. Share with me one thing that you don't mind sharing that the mind is saying and you're suffering around it. Just one.
Or I should be thinking about my career, like what job I'm going to, like the future, like what job will I do in the future?
Good, good, good,
Yeah.
good. Now, I want you to tell me what relevance that thought has and everything that arises as a result of that thought. What relevance does that have to you sitting on the chair right now and looking at me? Here, Michelle, here, here.
Well, the thought comes in that I need to do something here and now in order to make that manifest.
Really? What are you going to do here and now? It's 20 to 9 at night. What are you going to do? It's bullshit, what it's saying. You're here.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with here? Look around the room. Seriously, Michelle, look around the room.
Yep.
What's wrong?
Nothing, and there's nothing to be done. Yeah.
Yeah. What you're experiencing is mind and not here.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. You've forgotten that where you are is here, and it's this here-ness that is aware of the mind. You are not the mind and you are not in there. It's produced, the mind has produced a seeming Michelle in itself. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the mind is trying to convince the seeming Michelle that we need to do this and we need to do that to make this happen. And I mean, what a wonderful instrument. It creates a seeming person.
Yeah.
It creates a seeming person. See, what people don't realize is seeing sees, hearing hears, tasting tastes, touching feels. Yeah. The mind, its claim to fame, and it is real, that sensory, I'm going to call it an organ. Yeah. What it does is it creates 6 senses: seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, thinking. The 6th sense creates. Look at how it creates. There's nothing going on. You're sitting there on the chair and it's creating this big story in here.
Yep.
Now, imagine what that mind could do if it's no longer tied up 24/7 just about, yeah? Constantly creating a person here and a world out there and a person here and a world out. Imagine that stopped.
Wow. So much.
All that stops. Yeah. It's a tool. It's a tool, if you like. Incredibly creative. Jesus, look what it creates. It imagines a world. It imagines a person. Can you imagine the creative power of that, to be able to do that? No different to when you're dreaming, asleep on your bed. Look at the world that gets created in the dream. We take that for granted. That world. Yeah. The Grand Canyon can appear in the dream when you're asleep. That's clearly been there for billions of years. Yeah. And it seems to be being experienced by the dream character in the dream, in the sleeping dream. Seems to be being experienced. It's not even there. And there's no one to be experiencing it. Completely created. Yet when we're in it and the dream character's in it, we're going, wow, look at the Grand Canyon, it looks great. Wow. Like, wow. It's not until you wake up in the morning, you go, oh, fuck, that was total imagination. Oh, there was no Grand Canyon in your dream. There's no person in the dream. You, I'm talking about, that character, all completely imagined by mind. Pretty creative. Why can't it be doing the same in the waking dream? Why can't it be doing the same?
It appears to be, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. All you need to do is become aware of it and not be it. You understand? Yeah. And for you to become aware of it, we've got to stir consciousness. We've got to stir up consciousness. That's what I do. You know, you think I'm speaking to the little Michelle? I'm not.
No. Yeah.
Bob used to say, I'm speaking to that I am that I am.
Well, I feel better.
Good.
My head doesn't feel as like that I've got this clamp on it. It's
Yeah.
eased off. But that's the cycle I feel like I'm in with you. Talk to Terry and I feel okay, and then go off into the world and then come back, talk to Terry. Like, it's just, I feel like I'm just stuck in this loop. And it's great that I'm no longer a seeker. I'm no longer like, oh, I should, you know, that teacher, that book, like that's all finished. But I'm in some kind of loop still.
Yeah, look, you've heard me say this before to you, Michelle. Yeah. I've said it to most people. You've just got to stay close. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No matter what your head's saying. Oh, I don't want to bother him.
Yeah.
I was talking to him yesterday. You know. Just reach. Reach.
Yeah.
Regardless as to what the mind is saying. Yeah. Malcolm's talked about it a few times. He's brought it up. Yeah. It's just being constantly exposed to this.
Yeah.
And you'll hear that. You'll hear the same thing coming out of this mouth. I feel like a broken record sometimes, really, right? But you'll hear the same stuff coming out of here. And all of a sudden you'll hear the exact same thing that you've heard 100 times before. And all of a sudden it lands.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said it just recently, Malcolm, I think, you know, you've just got to keep coming back to this. Let it wash over you. Yeah. It does clear the way. Yeah. What's actually occurring here is it's consciousness here, yeah. Trying to wake up consciousness, if you like, consciousness, awareness. Let's just call it consciousness. Yeah. Trying to wake up consciousness there.
Yeah.
That's all. What do you think it is that wakes up? The dream character,
No.
when you wake up in the morning, disappears. That's the relief. When you realize you're not that. And there's a full recognition, you're not that. Imagine, right? Your dream character in the dream, for whatever reason, yeah, it's gone around and killed half a dozen people. Now it's on the run from the cops. We don't know why it's done it, but it's done it, right? Now it's on the run from the cops, yeah, and it finally gets caught.
Ew.
Your dream character gets caught. Your dream character's shitting itself because it knows, right? You could get the death penalty if you're in the United States, right? Might be the death penalty, or you're going to be in jail for the rest of your life. You're like, oh, and that's what's going, yeah. And then you wake up in the morning. What happened? What happened?
It's just all gone because it was just imagination. It's like it's just
The same thing's happening.
oh.
Michelle, the same thing is happening. That's why both those analogies are used so often, or the sleeping dream and the waking dream. They're often referred to in non-dual teachings.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That person that you take yourself to be when you think you're awake. Imagine your dream character in the dream thinking it's awake. Your dream character in the dream.
Yeah, I mean, it's laughable.
And it's convinced it's awake in the dream. It's convinced. Couldn't tell it otherwise. It'd look at you like you were stupid if you walked up to the dream character in the dream and said, "You're not even here, mate. You're just a dream." You know, which is pretty much what I'm trying to say to you.
I know.
Not there. You know? It's a dream. So all that is happening is consciousness is stirring. That's all.
You mean when it feels like the resistance is even more and you feel like you're not getting anywhere, that's still consciousness stirring?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Is that Terry? Because
One sec, Don.
Sorry.
You're conscious of that, aren't you?
Conscious of.
Oh, it feels like don't feel like I'm getting anywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, how conscious are you of being conscious of that, of the story?
I'm very conscious of the story.
No. How conscious are you of being conscious of that, which is consciousness, that's conscious of the story?
Hang on. It sounded like there were 4 different layers there. So
I'm not quite sure how that sounded.
It sounded like a triple matrix. You're trying to get me to work my way out of a triple matrix. I don't know. I'm lost. I'll take the blue pill. You've disappeared.
Look,
Run that by me again.
Hey?
Run that by me.
Run it by you again. Okay. How conscious are you of being conscious of that you're conscious of? Yeah. Well, that'll do. How conscious are you of being conscious of consciousness that is conscious of that, whatever that is? See, all you're seeing at the moment is that.
That being
whatever. Mind, story.
Oh, okay, yes.
Life, the world.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm conscious like object out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell me about consciousness.
Just that it's a sense of awareness. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a better answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's consciousness, Michelle, it's consciousness that's aware of the story.
Yeah.
It's consciousness that's aware of the Michelle story. It's consciousness that's aware of the mind. It's consciousness that is aware of the story that the mind makes up about the world. And you are conscious. Yeah. Just that what is happening is consciousness at the moment and not all the time, but a lot of the time with you, yeah, consciousness is just completely fixated on the story itself.
Yeah, really
With no,
fixated.
with no consciousness of consciousness itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the consciousness gets missed. Gets missed. Because all we're aware of is the story.
Yep.
Instead of seeing and realizing, you're actually conscious of the story. You're aware of the story. Yeah.
Mm.
It's just a story, honey. Yeah. Like me sitting here looking at you.
Mm.
All looks fine.
Mm.
I can't see the roof falling in on your head. I can't see the room bursting into flames.
Mm.
Totally fine to me. And
Mm.
you're right here, right now. I can't see anything wrong.
Yeah.
Zero. Look around the room. Can you see anything wrong?
No.
No. So where's all the wrong occurring?
Just
Where's
my
all
head.
the this isn't right or
Yep. It's just a dialogue.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Why do you care about that dialogue? Why? It's got nothing to do with you.
Yeah. Because
You're not doing it.
yeah.
Oh, honey,
I'm
you're not doing it.
I'm not yet convinced of that.
That you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it. What are you, a masochist?
Mm.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Let's see how convinced you are then.
Yeah.
You really think you've got some sort of control in there or you're doing something in there. Please stop it.
It's a good pointer.
Yeah. You've got to come to see,
Yeah.
Michelle, you've got nothing to do with what's going on in there. Zero. Zero. And the best way to check in on that is, can I stop it?
Yeah.
Can I have no thoughts? Can I just for the next 6 weeks, yeah? The only thoughts that are going to run through my mind are only thoughts that are necessary for me to work. Nothing else.
Mm.
You know, make sure my bills get paid on time. Yeah. Make sure I say hello to Sarah. Morning. Like, how was your day? Right? Just that basic stuff.
Yeah.
Just that basic stuff.
It's not going to happen.
Not until the idea.
Yeah.
It's just an idea. My God. It really is just an idea. Yeah.
Mm.
It's not until the idea of me is seen for what it is. You've just got to come back to the truth, Michelle.
Mm.
Come back to fact. If you're still believing that you have some kind of element of control that's going on in the mind and I need to be thinking about this and it's important that I think about my future and plan my future and, you know, what work I perhaps want to be doing or don't want to, how I want to retire, what, rah. Yeah. You couldn't not think that if you tried. It's just happening.
Mm.
You're not doing it. And if you are, stop it.
Mm.
Just for a couple of weeks. Just a lousy 2 weeks out of your whole life. You're just going to stop all that. Pick it up again in 2 weeks' time. You'll see you can't.
Mm.
Yeah?
Yep.
It's got nothing to do with you. It's just a storyteller. It's just thoughts. And as Malcolm was saying earlier, what's a thought?
Mm.
Incense smoke has more sustenance or it's more real than
Substance.
thought. Like, what the hell is a thought?
That's a good analogy. I like that one.
Yeah.
Mm.
What is a thought? What is it? What the hell is it?
Mm.
Like, what is it? Really? What is it? What's a thought? We might, try and say, well, a thought describes. Yeah, but you're still not telling me what a thought is.
Yeah. It's very hard to explain what it is.
That's interesting, don't you think?
Mm. And where it even is located.
That's interesting, don't you think?
Yeah.
Don't you, like, seriously, don't you think?
Yeah.
Once you would have said, no doubt, you would have, if I had have asked you where is thought occurring, you would have gone, oh, in here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's what every human being does that. It's a
Yeah.
right response, in here. It might seem like it's in there when you're completely engrossed in it. Completely engrossed, not conscious, just like in a dream when you're asleep. There's no experience of consciousness when you're just completely living in the mind. You're just wearing it like a skin. You're just in there. Like what you experience in a dream when you're asleep.
Mm.
There's no awareness of consciousness. It's like consciousness is absent.
Mm. Yeah. There's been a real theme in tonight's talk about dreams. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
It's all a dream.
Yeah.
It is. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Like you're right here. You're right here. Missing the significance of seeing. Hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. The here-ness, this beingness, this presence. Here. You're seeing from here.
Mm.
And that's not seeing. That's imagination.
Mm.
That's why seeing doesn't seem to be like a big deal to you. Or
Mm. Yeah.
not just you, but what's the big deal?
Mm.
You've heard me tell the story about walking through the forest with a friend of mine, and she said, "Oh wow, look at the tree," and I'm like, "What? There's trees everywhere. What? It's just a tree."
Mm.
I wasn't seeing the tree.
Mm.
All my attention was focused on what I thought of the statements that she just made,
Mm.
and I missed the tree.
Mm.
Yeah. Same thing.
Mm.
Same thing. And it's only from here that you can be conscious of. It's only ever from here. This is where you are.
Mm.
Can you be conscious? Are you conscious of the mind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Now, is your mind conscious of this that's conscious?
No, it just comes up with sort of ideas and beliefs about it.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. That's a good,
Mm.
like, You need to see the significance of what you just saw and discovered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mind thinks it's conscious,
Mm.
and it will say, this is my consciousness. This is my awareness. This is my seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. It's mine. You can be conscious of mind or content of mind, or conscious of the thoughts that are occurring. Yeah. See if the reverse is true.
Mm.
See if mind can experience this that's conscious of it. See if mind can now experience being conscious of consciousness.
Mm.
This
Yeah.
that's conscious of it. Is the reverse true?
No, it feels quite significant. Thinking about that and experiencing that. Yeah. It feels like consciousness that way to mind is very easy, but then when you go back that way, it's like it hits a wall. It can't.
Yeah. Because mind can't experience consciousness.
Yeah.
Yet it'll tell you it is.
Yeah.
It'll tell you it's having all sorts of experiences.
Yeah.
But that there needs to be consciousness there before an experience can even be had.
Mm.
So whatever the mind is saying in terms of it believing it's having an experience is, no more relevant than what the experience that we believe we're having, the dream character in the dream when you're asleep.
Mm.
There is no experience being had by the dream character. There is no Grand Canyon. Yeah.
Thanks, Terry.
That's okay. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone all right?
Thank you.
Terry, thank
Terry,
you.
that was great.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.